watching more Badwam TV, Badwam Jumadi, so Yadasa Papa, Paumren, Wadajia, and watching so Ode Afebi, Jumadiana, Yasha, Siasa Bedjumno, Edicasiano, was so near to Jomubia, Ubertini, Mampeni. Ne yadino AC akonya so John Dramani Mahaman so ene abobom penifo hudu obidini yade no honsam no ebebro kane minority leader Ato Forson so ene de nsemu tudwa se da chinchirima ebehunu ne NPP aban no eyeye eno ne nsem bi na no pay obete Adom TV Badwam kase o share live on Facebook/Adom TV Extra Go TV ya 119 DSTV ya 280 ko YouTuber search Adom TV tube. Media fear amankwa tamaklo kwa adomonline.com so and some way ni bebre so yede egu ho afia ni dim yinti said ensem ni chimu etie. Mampani ene ye hwe ni mu si yede ni si akonya so John Dramani Mahaman so abobom panifo bi dini a won ene won eye adwuma ne dai na won dwumadie no e hyase Adom TV kase etosui. Ora Julio Debra na Yaboni Din Chief of Staff, Dr. Callistus Mahama, Executive Secretary, Dema President, Prosper Douglas Bani, Head of Interim Security Task Force, and Dr. Valerie Sawyer, Senior Presidential Advisor, Governmental Affairs, Augustus Gusi Tano, Presidential Advisor responsible for 24-hour economy, and also Marita Ejewa Brew, a legal counsel, President of Ghana, and Honorable Felix Kwachu acting spokesperson, the President. Asansem weno, and net day yam penufaya bon dino, one eshe womu jumedino ase. Ayentwa Kasiano so Kane majority leader wo 8th parliament ya Alexander Kwame Nafenyomakin na ene wono so abo Kane majority leader Dr. Ato Forson na baso papa pabra na oye minority no oye jumani ye pa Kasiano edeba.
Welcome back. Mr. Speaker, the NPP incoming minority will not allow the NDC government to use illegalities and unconstitutional means to frustrate and abuse the rights of former appointees of the Akufo-Addo government. Our mantra is touch one, touch all. We will encourage the NDC majority to be guided by its promise to the people of Ghana and rather use its limited time in office, the 4 years, to bring development rather than chasing political opponents. The people of Ghana are expecting the e-levy to be abolished. The people of Ghana are expecting that cocoa prices for the farmer will be increased without delay. The Ghanaian people are expecting that taxes at our ports will be reduced significantly. The people of Ghana expect that only 60 ministers will get appointed into this new government. And the 60 ministers, Mr. Speaker, these are the breakdown. All 16 regions will have one. So if you have 16, you take 16 out, you are left with 44. of the 44 of Mr. Speaker, once upon a time, ASK Badwam, as he then was, as minority leader at this very dispatch box, said soon and very soon, the NPP will soon see him and know him when he was seconding the motion for Alajete's consideration as Speaker. You haven't seen anything yet. You keep quiet and listen. Soon and very soon, you will see the true politics here. So you relax. But you would hear me. We heard Ato. You will hear me. Mr. Speaker, now, if you take away 16 ministers from the 60, the regional minister, you are left with 44. Obiniyem. The 44 left. You can only take about 25 from Parliament. 25 from Parliament. 25 out of the 180 something. Mr. Speaker, there is going to be redundancy in this House. And very soon, Mr. Speaker, the majority leader would experience the moment that, Mr. Speaker, you refer to as majority leader. Look behind you, your back is empty. Very soon, your members who will become redundant will not come into this chamber. And there you will see that the minority that you think we are mini minority will become the majority. Mr. Speaker, I am not a prophet, neither am I a seer. But this thing I can foresee that is going to happen. Mr. Speaker, even the MPs who will not get positions, there are other non-MPs who are looking for board appointments. So you won't even get board appointments. You won't get it. You are going to be more redundant. Now, your foot soldiers will be coming to you for employment. They will be coming to you for support.
Honorable Majority Leader,
Mr. Speaker,
we are talking about the 8th Parliament.
Mr. Speaker,
Closing remarks of the 8th Parliament.
Mr. Speaker, Ato Forson.
We are talking about.
Mr. Speaker, I told Ato that today is a ceremonial day. I prepared.
It was so na Kane minority leader 8th Parliament Ato Forson or no so say. And someone one more can go NPP a bino so near Mankoye, near Maninkoye, no, nye name no one behu dache, and in Chimani behunu, near NPP Baye, no son somebody tuja any.
Together, we have achieved numerous milestones, and I'm confident that history will be kind to us for our collective efforts. At the stroke of midnight today, the NDC caucus will re-enter this chamber with a strength of an unprecedented 2/3 majority. Mr. Speaker, this, I believe, serves as a timely reminder to the political class that the people of Ghana reward hard work, dedication, and true love for country. Right Honorable Speaker, this 8th Parliament has indeed been historic in many respects. For the first time under the 4th Republic, we witnessed a Parliament that was evenly split, with each of the political parties securing 137 members each. We also saw 40 female members of Parliament equally distributed across the political parties. One independent member of Parliament who serves as the second Deputy Speaker, and a Speaker who hails from the opposition. This, in every sense, Mr. Speaker, gave us the first-hand Parliament of the Republic of Ghana. Honorable colleagues, let us be proud to be part of this historic Parliament. From the very start, the stage was set for a roller coaster journey particularly during the election of the Speaker. That fateful night kept the nation on edge, with many fearing for the safety of our democracy. That event that unfolded, climaxed by the regrettable and unwarranted military invasion of this august House, will remain a blot on Ghana's democratic history. Mr. Speaker, we pray that such a moment is never repeated. Yet, Mr. Speaker, from the dark night emerged a bright dawn. A new parliament under the Speaker, who is not from the ruling party, the first of its kind in Ghana's history. Mr. Speaker, despite facing significant challenges, this House has remained steadfast, navigating many turbulent waters, including certain actions by some members that sought to undermine the independence and authority of Parliament as a co-equal branch of government. Right Honourable Speaker, how many hope that this Parliament would usher in a new era of collaboration for the national good. Some fear that it would deepen political divisions. Nonetheless, I can confidently say that the NDC caucus has consistently upheld the supreme national interest in everything we did. At every turn, we had been guided by one principle: to do what is right for the people of Ghana. Mr. Speaker, every policy or action every policy or action of government that we criticized, we complemented with superior, constructive, and alternative proposals. Although, Mr. Speaker, our views were often ignored, times has proven that many of the positions we took on critical national issues were correct. Right Honourable Speaker, one of the most significant and fiercely debate we witnessed in this Parliament was the protracted struggle over the electronic transfer levy bill, the famous e-levy. The NDC minority stood firm with the people of Ghana against this unpopular tax, while our colleagues on the other side supported it. Right Honourable Speaker, despite the strong resistance from within and outside this chamber, the e-levy was foisted on the people of Ghana. Mr. Speaker, we raised alarms also about multitude of new taxes imposed on the people of Ghana. In fact, over 40 in total that burdened the people of Ghana and stifled business growth. At the same time, we witnessed proposals that were supposed to grant $450 million in tax exemptions to crony businesses. In the spirit of patriotism, Mr. Speaker, we demanded justification of this request, especially as Ghanaians continue to suffer from extreme hardship. Right Honourable Speaker, I believe that posterity will surely vindicate our warnings regarding the reckless borrowings and economic mismanagement under the President Akufo-Addo and Alhaji Bawumia's government. Records available to this House shows clearly that, the Speaker, some individuals in government profited to the tune of $159.3 million in transaction advisory fees, while the country was saddled with an unsustainable public debt. We also spoke out against the mismanagement of the central bank, which led to the negative equity of $55.1 billion Ghana cedis in 2022, and a cumulative loss of 71.3 billion Ghana cedis between 2022 and 2023. Mr. Speaker, as a result, the Bank of Ghana became policy insolvent by end of year 2023. Mr. Speaker, the illegal printing of money at the Bank of Ghana to finance government expenditure contributed to the inflationary crisis we saw. That resulted in over 850,000 Ghanaians falling into extreme poverty. Mr. Speaker, the management of the central bank also illegally wrote off approximately 48 billion Ghana cedis of government indebtedness without parliamentary approval, in a blatant disregard to the Public Financial Management Act, Act 921. Right Honourable Speaker, at the height of this crisis, the management of the central bank supervised the award of questionable contract for the construction of an ultra-modern 250 million head office and another ultra-modern governor's residence at a cost that is unknown to the public. our concerns, Mr. Speaker, about the mismanagement of the state-owned Ghana Cocoa Board, ECG, GIHOC, STC, PBC, among others, were also ignored. Right Honorable Speaker, for 7 consecutive years, Ghana Cocoa Board recorded losses of approximately 11 billion Ghana cedis. The cocoa production also declined drastically under the current government from approximately 1 million metric tons a year in production to now almost 400,000 metric tons. For the first time in 32 years, international banks rejected Ghana Cocoa Board request for a syndicated loan to finance the purchase of Ghana cocoa. Right Honorable Speaker, we cannot be silent about our opposition to yet another unpopular government policy, the imposition of a regulation called the Import Restriction Regulation 2023. This detested proposed legislative instrument sought to vest unfettered and unchecked powers in the hands of the minister responsible for trade to determine who qualifies to import into the country of certain goods. Similarly, Mr. Speaker, we also raised red flags over dubious Finance Ministry SML induced $100 million a year contract for so-called revenue assurance. After initial feet dragging and refusal by the President Akufo-Addo, to release the KPMG audit report, it finally emerged that the SML...
You know, Adom TV, Badwam Kasiana, Hana Burma Quina no pay, dear Siasidane, or the Ombre, and what I jad femi. And idiom my best also because we are chain, na yen father, one crata, and online, dear non toss yenche, me on comrades, yedase.